ગુડ મોર્નિંગ સ્ટુડન્ટ્સ. આપણે ગયા લેક્ચરમાં કોમેન્સાલિઝમ કમ્પ્લીટ કર્યું હતું. જરા રિપીટ કરું છું. કોમેન્સાલિઝમ ઇઝ વોટ? વન organism will be beneficial and another organism don't have any harm or don't have any, we can say, benefits. That is called a commensalism. The example was there like mango tree and the orchid, the epiphytes. We have already discussed about that. Second, whale and the barnacles is the another one. Even we can put the another example, that is sucker fish like lamprey and eggfish, and the shark. It is also one of the example of commensalism. And the next example is clownfish. See, આજે હું તમને વોટ્સએપમાં clownfish and sea anemone એનું જે સિમ્બાયોટિક રિલેશનશિપ છે એનો એક ફોટોગ્રાફ્સ છે એ હું તમને શેર કરીશ. That is the particular commensalism kind of relationship is there. Okay, so the clownship can be escape from their enemies, but sea anemone don't have any benefits or loss. Okay, so that is the commensalism. Now we have to go through mutualism. We can say it's one kind of symbiotic relationship, that is mutualism. Okay, as far as mutualism is concerned, you see that if both organisms in a relationship and they both are benefited from one another, and that is called as what? That is called as actually mutualism. As far as lichen is concerned, you know that in the 11th we have already discussed about that. Lichen is the symbiotic relationship or mutual relationship between algae and fungi. Like cyanobacteria or algae is carried out the photosynthesis and provide the food to the fungus. Various fungus will be absorb the water and minerals and provide it to the algae for the photosynthesis. So such kind of relationship is mutualism. That is the first example of mutualism. Now the second one is mycorrhiza. Even mycorrhiza is already there in your curriculum in the 11th. You remember that in the roots of higher plants particularly, there is a hyphae of the fungi as having relationship, mutual relationship with them, and that is mycorrhiza. What happened? Water and minerals, phosphate kind of minerals will be absorbed by these fungi and provided to the higher plants. Whereas what happened? Various higher plants will be provided fungus to provided the nutrient to the fungus like sugars and some other compound will be provided to the fungus by the higher plants. That is called as mycorrhiza. Now see, very much significant relationship between plants and animals. You remember that some pollinators like insects, other birds, etc., they are the pollinators. They will carry out pollination into the plants. Okay, and is on the contrary, that particular plant will, we can say, pay the fees to them for the pollination. They will pay the fees for them. Fees in the sense means that nectar gland is available, they will provide nectars, even fruits for the nutrition, right? Suppose pollinators છે એ શું કરે તો કે પોલિનેટર્સ છે એને પોલિનેશન કરી આપે, એના બદલામાં તો કે એના બદલામાં જે પોલિનેટર્સ છે એને શું ફીસ મળે છે, મતલબ કે પ્લાન્ટ એને ફીસ ચૂકવે છે. શું તો એમ કે એને જે ફ્લાવર્સ છે બરાબર, એના પોલિનેશનના બદલામાં એને શું મળ્યું તો કે નેક્ટર્સ એટલે મધ જે કહીએ એ હની, રાઈટ. સેકન્ડ થિંગ આઈ કેન ટેલ યુ that is provided to them is fruits. પછી એ ફ્રૂટ્સ ખાય અને એ પછી જ્યારે એની ફેશિયલ મેટર રિલીઝ કરે ત્યારે એના સીડ્સ છે એ પાછા ડિસ્પર્સ થાય. એટલે ફોર ધ સીડ ડિસ્પર્સલ it is required to give the fruits for as fruit as food, right? Now such kind of relationship is the example of mutualism. But you know, some of the organisms are cheater in the sense, suppose they will obtain the nectar as well as fruit from the plants, but they will not participate or they will not carry out pollination. Such kind of organisms is called as what? It is called as cheaters. Okay, it is happening to the, we can say, environment. Now we have to talking about one-to-one relationship of plants as well as insects. Like you see fig tree and wasp have a such kind of mutualistic relationship is, right? Fig tree मतलब अंजीर जे होय एनु tree, right? And wasp એટલે ભમરો. Okay. Suppose this two is having mutualistic relationship. You know, wasp is laying the eggs into the fruit of figs. Okay. And not only that, it's laying the eggs into the fruits of the figs, the eggs is converted into larva. Now the larval development is concerned particularly. During the larval development, that fig is provide the nutrition to that particular larva. Now when that particular wasp is finding the space for the egg laying is concerned, ઈંડા મૂકવા માટેની જગ્યા ગોતતો હોય ત્યારે on that time it will visit the different part of that particular flowers or fruits of fig, and in that case what happened? Pollination will occur. So such kind of relationship is one of the example of mutualism. Then after, you know, orchid particularly, if we are talking about orchid is concerned, shows the bewildering diversity of the floral patterns, and many of these evolve that attract the right of pollinators, insects like bees and bumblebees. Okay, they are having very much biodiversity in that particular. Like Mediterranean જે ocean છે ત્યાંના જે orchid છે, Mediterranean oceans orchid is concerned, that particular kind of orchid particularly is one of the, we can say, petals is as assemble, or we can say just like a female bees or bumblebees. Okay, and એક petal કેવું લાગે? Bee કે bumblebee જેવું લાગે. In that case what happened? The male bees will be attract because it is looking, its petals is looking like female, and in that case what happened? It will be copulate over there, it will reproduce over there because it is recognized as a female insect. Actually it is not female insect, it's just a petals of it. Okay, and that is called a what? Sexual deceit. That is called a sexual deceit. And particularly such kind of copulation is called a pseudo copulation. હવે જ્યારે pseudo copulate કરે છે મતલબ wrong copulation કરે છે because of it is not with between the male and female wasp or male and female bumblebees. Okay, and that is why when the pseudo copulation is occurs, on that time is visited to that particular flowers and pollination is occurs. You see, if in case if there is any changes will be occurs genetically or morphologically, the changes will be occurs into the colors of that particular bees or bumblebees. In that case what happened? In that case the pollination will not be occurs because of such kind of pseudo copulation will not there. Okay, so that is the completion of our chapter number, we can say 13. Okay, અને આના જે important questions છે, today I will share the important questions, 2 marks, 3 marks and 4 marks question in your WhatsApp group. Okay, so that is why you have to go through that particular question for the 12th science examination, board examination is concerned. Now we have to start our chapter number 14, that is ecosystem. You remember that particular ecosystem definition is concerned in the chapter number 13, right? Like species is from what? Population. Population is from biotic community. Biotic community is from ecosystem. Ecosystem is from biomes, and biomes is from biosphere. You remember that? Okay, now we are to talking about the definition of ecosystem. Ecosystem is the system in which there is an interaction between living organisms and the physical environment. Means it's an interaction between biotic and abiotic factors, and that is called as what? That is called an ecosystem. Right? In the biosphere we can say there is the global ecosystem is concerned. There are so many local ecosystem is available over there on the earth, and is for the conventionally we can divide it into two kind of ecosystems. Okay, natural ecosystem and artificial or man-made. As far as natural ecosystem is concerned, it is further classified into two, and that is terrestrial and aquatic. Okay, that is terrestrial and aquatic ecosystem. Now terrestrial ecosystem is concerned, which is further classified into three: forest, grassland and desert. Okay, now if we are talking about aquatic ecosystem is concerned, ponds, lake, wetland એટલે સતત પાણીથી ભરાયેલો રહેતો એવો પર્ટિક્યુલર એરિયા, river and estuaries. Estuary એટલે શું? તો કે the place where river is merged with ocean. The place where river is merged with ocean, that is called estuaries. Okay, એટલે એને આપણે આ જે ખાડી પણ કહેવાય, પોરબંદરની વેરાવળની ખાડી છે એવું પણ કહેવાય. Okay, that is estuaries. Okay, so that is the different kind of natural ecosystem. If we are talking about the man-made or artificial ecosystem is concerned, our crop field, ખેતર જે આપણા farm છે બધા એ, that is aquarium, it is also man-made ecosystem. Even poultry farm, that is also one of the man-made ecosystem. So that is the types of ecosystem is there. Now particularly we will first look at the structure of the ecosystem in order to the appropriate inputs. That is particularly we can say productivity. We will go through in this chapter. Even transfer of energy from one organisms to the another organisms. There is food chain. Okay, and food web. We will go through the energy transfer in it in this chapter. Now degradation through with the bacteria and fungi, it will undergoes the degradation process of that particular organic matter is converted into the simple form of their inorganic substance. Okay, then different kind of cycles like carbon cycle, phosphorus cycle, nitrogen cycle, oxygen cycle, right? These are the cycles and that food chain. So that is the, we can say, that is the different kind of points that we have to go through in this chapter. Now 14.1 point is concerned ecosystem, the structure and its function. See, what's the structure of it? As you know that in the definition of it, there is an interaction between the biotic and abiotic component, or we can say living organisms and the physical environment is interact with one another, and that is called what? Ecosystem. As you know that in the abiotic factor is concerned, you remember that chapter number 13, that is temperature, light, water, soil. These are the abiotic factors. If you are talking about the biotic component is concerned, as far as biotic component is concerned, in the different kind of habitats, there is a particular kind of composition is there. Okay, suppose if you are talking about forest or grassland or etc. is concerned, there is a different kind of composition of plants and animals will be there. Like you see, there is a stratification is there from upper side to lower side. If we will go through it, like in the forest, you see the uppermost layer is made up by tree, the tall tree is concerned. Then the next layer is shrub, and the next one is herb. Okay, and then after the lowermost layer is grass. The lowermost layer is grass. So that is why we can say from trees, then shrubs, then herbs, then grass. Okay, now particularly you see the main component of the ecosystem is main 4 points that we have to go through particularly in this chapter. That is, first point will be about the productivity, second regarding to the decomposition is there, third is energy flow, and fourth one is nutrient cycling. Okay, there is main 4 point, it is there into this chapter. Now particularly to understand the ethos of the aquatic ecosystem, let us take a small pond as an example. You see, if there is a small pond is there, in that case what happens in the particular lake or pond is self-sustainable unit rather than the sample examples particularly to explain the complex interaction exists in the aquatic ecosystem. Suppose if it is shallow, means એટલું બધું deep ના હોય, in that case what happens? sunlight can be reached up to the bottom of the particular ecosystem of pond, and in that case what happen, most of the plants and animals will be exist over there. Okay. Now if we are talking about the surface layer of that particular aquatic habitat is concerned, there is a planktons like algae, blue green algae, kind of phytoplanktons, as well as some of the zooplanktons which is there on the surface of the particular ecosystem. If we are talking about at the bottom of this, we can say pond is concerned, if the sunlight is reaches over there, in that case what happens? The plants can be exist over there, but if it is not, sunlight cannot be reached up to the bottom of that particular aquatic habitat, then it's made up by, it's constituted by different kind of decomposers like bacteria and fungi which is available within it. Now if we are talking about particularly we are talking about the availability of the light as well as availability of the nutrients is concerned, which is also have a significant role to maintain the ecosystem of that particular pond is. Okay. Now even particularly that heterotrophs is utilize the, we can say, solar energy which is actually converted by the plants. The solar energy is converted into the chemical energy, and that chemical energy will be utilized by that heterotrophs. Okay. Then through the decomposition, organic compounds can be converted into the simple inorganic compound, and that is one of the, we can say, significant we can say function of it, as well as decomposition, mineralization, and the unidirectional energy flow will be there. તમે જોજો આ ચેપ્ટરમાં always energy flow will be unidirectional and nutrients will be undergo cycling. That will be available, means at least 15-20 વખત આ બધું repeat થશે. Okay. So that was the example of the pond, just for as an example of ecosystem is concerned. Now આપણે briefમાં next lecture થી productivity, then of the decomposition, okay, this kind of we can say points that we have to go through, and then energy flow, that we will go through into the next lecture. Okay. Have a nice day.